And it looks like we are underway. We start one screen north of Vanilla Start, and we've got a secret behind the Woodsorf Cave. 39 rupees, a very healthy medium amount.
Yeah, absolutely. And resources are a huge deal in Zelda 1. You can tell I'm on speed game and calling things linked to the past. Resource management is a huge thing here in Zelda 1. Bombs, keys, and rupees can all be something that, can help you out. And this is huge already, an early hint shop directly by start. If I'm Cantaloupe here, I save, retry, and get all the hints I can. Raikou finding level 5 as well. This could be interesting if he decides to dig through here a little bit.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Cantaloupe is definitely going to go ahead, buy a hint, up an A, retry. Well, not so fast, my friend. Cantaloupe's also going to try his luck at level 5. And with the Rupee Boss, well, no, he's not going to head for that Rupee Boss. So I was just about to say, TG, with that Rupee Boss, he could have retried and purchased all 3 hints, but not to be right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason that works is because the rupees in that room are coded like a boss, where if you collect all of them and leave the room, it counts as being defeated. But if you collect all of them and up A out of the room, it doesn't count as defeating them. So you can immediately go back in and just farm that over and over and over and over again if you wanted to. And here's a second. Oh, that's the same hint shop. I can find the same hint shop.
Yep, that is correct. Cantaloupe is going to try these Armoset items. That is where a staircase is. Meet the old man by a lake. So by a lake, we have the magical sword.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is interesting. Finding any roads early, Cantaloupe opted to not take them, which I agree with him initially because he had a couple more spots to check. Raikou is opting to take them here, and it's turning out that so far it's rewarding him simply because it's bringing him up into the far northeast corner. There are 3 Armos statues up here and a bunch of open caves. This could turn out to be very, very good for Raikou if he finds the cert early.
All depends if the item is indeed there and if it's any good. Hyrule, we have a problem, and Cantaloupe's problem is he's going to lose 22 rupees of his 39 stack. And whoa, look at this! The Armo statue item is the bow. Can you believe that?
I really got to stop generating these easy seeds.
Yeah, whatever happened to the TG we all knew and loved with the Schadenfreude?
I'm saving it for the people I really care about.
Ah, makes sense to me. Cantaloupe finds a potion shop, but no one cantaloupe me. Even if he finds the letter, he ain't grabbing it.
Yeah, and Cantaloupe here going to go ahead and retry because he found absolutely nothing on a little trip through the Dead Woods except for information. And he's going to go back and get some of these hints. I like this play a lot.
I do too. And Raikou has found level 8 where Vanilla level 5 is. And first hint is step over the water to reach the magic key. Well, maybe that's the ladder item on the coast, or maybe it's in a level that is ladder blocked.
Like level 4, perhaps.
Very well could be. So that hint doesn't help him too much unless indeed the ladder item on the coast is, in fact, the magical key.
All right, Ruble, to answer your question, how hard is screen scrolling? It's easy, yet difficult at the same time. Because the problem here... Oh, that's a huge hint for Cantaloupe there. Ladder in 6, because 6 is one of those dungeons where you don't normally search through a lot of initially because it's so huge. Cantaloupe, knowing the ladder is in level 6 here, he's going to go through and search that for a full, because that's a ridiculously good hint for him. Now, to answer your question with the screen scrolling, Ruble, it's easy and it's hard. It's easy because, getting the 1-frame tap, while it seems like it would be the hard option of the two, to me anyway, the 1-frame tap is the easy part of the 2-part solution to the screen scrolling. The hard part is lining up the right pixel. And if anybody who wants to know what the pixel looks like and how to do it, there's a wonderful website you can go to take a look at that. It is redcandle.us. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat here in a minute. But yeah, redcandle.us has all the information you can need on both Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 speedrunning. So go ahead and take a look at that in a minute. Also, you see them bomb prices, Laws?
9 rupees for a set of 4 bombs. If Brookie's here, got good news for you. The prices are approved for you. And what Raikou went ahead and did is he purchased the full complement of bombs. In addition, he purchased the blue candle. So when he found that Take Any cave, he went ahead for the heart container, gives him 4 hearts.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun when you find a candle that you can afford before the Take Any cave, because that means you just can increase your defense. Raikou finding level 2, a couple of things here. One, already finding the hint for level 3, that's phenomenal. Number 2 is level 2 is a good level to find, especially without a weapon here, because Raikou can definitely do a little bit of exploring in hopes to finding the floor item open on the ground so he doesn't have to kill rooms to get it.
By the way, at TGE, your reputation for Schadenfreude has been restored. That large secret, 91 rupees.
If that's Schadenfreude, then I'm really disappointed.
Okay, well, you got to remember, I'm the big money guy. I like the money seeds. So, Cantaloupe is going to, with his 130 rupees now, purchase that third and final hint here. And Gliok returns with Lord Banana. All hail.
All hail.
Not exactly sure if he's thrilled to see that hint or not, but now he knows that if he were to go into level 8, if he finds one of the items, he probably won't need to delve for the second one, but who knows with Cantaloupe.
I would imagine, knowing Cantaloupe as well as I do, he probably has something cooking up.
Well, we'll find out if that is the case or not. Raikou could not do anything else in level 2. Without a sword, it's kind of difficult. Well. 4-heart wand for the white sword item. Nice find for Raikou.
So this is kind of funny to me because I was talking to Raikou earlier, and he said the 2 things he wanted to find. Oh, we got a HUD scroll! We got a HUD scroll!
Yes, we do. Cantaloupe is scrolling through the HUD here in the forest, so he's going to have a good time here trying to... What will he do? Here he is.
But as I was saying, Raikou was talking to me earlier, and he said the 2 things he wanted to find most in the overworld is he wanted to find early bow, early wand. Well, he got both of his wishes here.
Well, this could be a very, 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 very interesting development for RaikouRider. He's got everything he wants, but will that translate into the victory? Cantaloupe just found his second large secret. He's up to 221 rupees. Raikou finds another medium secret to get on the board with 39. And we have level 7 here behind the Armo statue item for Cantaloupe.
Yeah, that's an interesting find, and I guarantee Cantaloupe's not going to do anything more than say, yep, here's level 7, I'll be back later.
Yeah, with no sword in hand and no bombs either, I can't blame him. He has no weapons, period. We're 7 minutes in, and he's got no resources whatsoever, just a bunch of money.
Well, money is the best resource.
Well, no question about it. He can buy some things if he can find something. Hey, he found something to purchase with his 221 rupees. He's got some bombs. Will he buy that candle as well?
Oh, absolutely. There's no reason not to buy the candle.
Yep, he did so right there. So he's got a candle. Will he buy some more bombs? Sure he will. With 9 rupees for 4 bombs, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a phenomenal price for bombs. You're getting, 55% discount there. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Now Raikou's going to go ahead and check the gravestone where the magical sword would normally be and see if he can find anything decent here. Instead, he finds a door repair penalty, lose 22 rupees, back to 56. Cantaloupe checking all the Armo statues correctly. Hasn't found the item yet, but if he goes to the north, he'll get that bow.
Yeah. One thing to note here, we don't have a lot of the overworld, underworld enemies on the overworld, but we do have Pole's Voice. Pole's Voice on the overworld are very, very interesting because they sort of follow the same movement mechanics that Link does when he's trying to screen scroll. Pole's Voice can screen scroll. They'll jump off of one side over to the other. So Pole's Voice on the overworld are very, very interesting. And now the route you'll see Cantaloupe using right now, this is the a variation of a route that you use normally in any percent. This is a red candle variation route here. So he's going to loop up to the northeast and then loop back over to the Lost Hills. I like this route because it allows him to get the Armo statue, then get level 5, the waterfall, and the White Sword Cave, all while basically not skipping a beat and not having to backtrack anywhere.
Find an item in level 1. Raikou gets the Power Bracelet, one of the 2 items in level 1. The other one is going to be on the ground. And with one in hand, he'll have a good chance of doing some exploration, but we've got a Wizrobe dungeon.
Yep, Wizrobes, of course, can only be damaged by the swords and bombs, so if Wizrobes are going to be required to kill here, Rai's going to have to use his bombs, or he's going to be in deep trouble.
Cantaloupe, unfortunately, having to pay up where 100 secret normally is. He's down to 123 in rupees, and Raikou is trying to take care of this Moldorm here, but the Moldorm, this time he gets him, and he gets full health.
Yeah, unfortunately, he thought he was on a 10 count, didn't realize he was actually on a 16 there.
Yep, it's all about counting, and both of these players know how to do a 10 count, so just a little bit of a misstep there by Raikou, but with 2 bombs left, he still may have a chance to work his way, completing level 1. Cantaloupe is just about to discover the bow for himself, and he's got it.
Yeah, this room that Raikou's in, Wand is a phenomenal weapon to have there. Blue Land Molas are an absolute pain, so if you can have a ranged weapon to defeat them so you don't have to get close, that is awesome. And hey, look, we have Tringle.
Raikou's going to go ahead and pick up the Triforce. I certainly don't blame him in a difficult room like that. So, first Triforce of the game goes to Raikou. Raikou, of course, is going to delve back into level 1. Cantaloupe is about to discover level 8 for himself, but he's hoping to get some bombs from these blue Octoroks first, and they do provide for him.
Yeah, we kind of glossed over it, too. Cantaloupe did find the sword.
Yes, he did find the wood sword right there, so he's got an attack weapon, so both of these players have a distinct advantage. Raikou has the early wand, cantaloupeme has got the wood sword, so he'll have a little bit better chance of exploration because, as you had mentioned, the sword can take care of Wizrows, whereas the wand cannot.
Yeah, absolutely. And Raikou here opting to just get up out of 1. Got the Triforce, got the Power Bracelet. He's good for now.
Yep, he'll go back to 1 if he absolutely needs to. Depends on whether or not he's got all the necessities. Near the entrance is an entrance to death, so we now know the general vicinity of where level 9 is.
The entrance of what, though?
Exactly. And do we have another hint here? Aquamentus awaits at the grave. Well, now Cantaloupe knows where level 1 is. Unfortunately, RaikouRider taking a nasty death at the Death Mountain area by those Armo statues. Back to start he goes.
Yeah, but that hint for Cantaloupe is huge because level 1 is one of those dungeons you want to find super early because of the 2 items. Usually it's fairly small and fairly easy to navigate. We've seen that Power Bracelet's right in there, first room. Land Moa's guarding the Triforce in an easy room to get to because you're coming at them from the right and not the left. So, good hint to find for Cantaloupe there.
Now Raikou's going to make a second attempt here in level 2 in the hopes that he finds the Triforce and the item. Cantaloupe, meanwhile, is going to be looking for 2 items, and he knows that one of the items in level 8 is Lord Banana. We don't know what the second item is. We'll see. We'll see if this is another one of those double boomerang seeds. We've seen a lot of those already in the tournament.
Yep, getting the hint that we already had there, Manhandler threatens by a lake. So if you take a look down at the tracker you have in the middle there, you'll notice a couple of lakes there. There's the 2 in the middle of the map where level 4 and level 1 are. And there's also the vanilla level 7 cave where you have to blow the recorder. And there's also up one screen to the left of where Cantaloupe is right now at level 8. So that's really our lake section here. So that's where you're going to be looking at for level 3. However, what we are looking at is Triforce 8. Cantaloupe's probably going to gamble here knowing that one of the items is Lord Banana. Yeah.
Yep, he's going to gamble for it. He's not going to go back in, and I certainly don't blame him. If he finds a hint, though, more power to him. He can go back to level 8 later. He's going to check the White Sword Cave first.
Yeah, don't blame him on that 100%. I mean, you're up here, you might as well get these out of the way. And then if I'm Cantaloupe, based on the information I got, if I'm Cantaloupe, I up-A out of here and head on over to the grave to go to level 1.
Yep, Raikou finds a heart container level 2. Whether or not that is the heart container or if that's the actual item in level 2, that remains to be seen. But the item in level 2 will be found on the ground. You may have to full clear this room, for example, or it just might be ripe for the taking, or some enemy might have it swallowed in its body. We've got a map, and for the first time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot.
It's a rope uncoiling its arms doing the scene from Titanic.
It is the tip of a Morning Star whip.
But we all really know what it is.
Yeah, it's a cactus. Cantaloupeme finds a small secret behind the forgotten spot. He's up to 152 rupees, and Raikou picks up the Triforce here in level 2, and look at that. Look at that inauspicious river there. We could be ladder blocked from the item potentially in level 2. Raikou has that mindset right now.
Well, he can't progress further either way, so getting the Triforce there is good. If he has to come back, he will. If he doesn't have to come back, well, he's not going to come back.
And Cantaloupeme is going to lose 22 rupees on that door repair penalty behind an Armo statue. You would think that the door repair penalty would be null and void because the Armo statue took out the door, but what do I know?
Enough to get yourself in trouble, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. Cantaloupe Me is about to discover this item here in level 1, the power bracelet for himself. He'll go ahead and pick that up. Now with this, go ahead.
Nope, please.
Now with the sword in hand, Cantaloupe Me will have a little bit of a better chance of exploration of level 1, but keep in mind that there was a Chevy room in the left side, and hey, the letter pickup by Raikou, so now, hey, a bomb upgrade for just 89 rupees, and it's the standard upgrade of 4 extra bombs, so not a bad purchase there by Cantaloupe. I'd say it's a pretty good one, considering that level 1 is usually infested with bomb holes.
Hey, you know something? 10% off, I'll take it.
I'll take it too, you better believe it. 1/9 off the price, get the same amount of bombs, not a bad deal at all. Look at this, another Chevy room here in level 1. And
we know, because of the hint Cantaloupe bought, that the ladder is in level 6.
Yes, indeed. And Raikou, meanwhile, found an arrow shop, and he had enough rupees, so he's going to go ahead and purchase the wood arrows. Smart play on his decision. So I think, yeah, it's a great decision because it's going to easily dispatch those Bulls voices in the overworld.
And I like what Cantaloupe was trying to do there. He was trying to clip into that box, into the block there to fight the Landmolas, because 4 hearts, wood sword, green tunic, horrible, horrible thing to fight, but you know, if you can clip into this box here, like Cantaloupe's going to do, this is going to make fighting them a lot easier, because guess what? They can't harm you, but you can still harm them.
Right, and Cantaloupe Me has got to be thinking, oh, not these guys again, because if you remember in his last race against Paratroopa 1, these blue Landmolas kept torturing him the entire seed. Behind that power bracelet spot is another Take Any Cave. RaikouRider's already up to 6 hearts now.
So he's now guaranteed to get the white sword item.
Of course, he already has the white sword item because it is the 1. Little does Cantaloupe know, he actually has enough hearts to get the 1 if he finds it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know, it's still nice to point that out, that the white sword item is shuffled anywhere between 4 and 6 hearts. And speaking of between 4 and 6, level 3 is below that number.
Yes, it is, and RaikouRider is doing these dungeons in order right now. He's got 1 and 2 under his belt, and he's going to go for number 3 right here. 1 item behind a staircase, provided it's not segmented. Perhaps this item is right here. We'll see if it is.
Nothing wrong with that. So Cantaloupe has gone ahead and taken out most of this now. Yeah, he's just going to leave the room, and the way the boss code works, you're going to leave the room with his 2-part boss, and second Landmola, hey, look, surprise, I'm gone.
And we have a segmented level 3, ladies and gentlemen, because there's usually just the 1 staircase normally, so this is at least a 2-part dungeon.
And there's the second item in level 1 there. Or, no, it's a segmented level 1. I lied. It's segmented level 1 because we already got the stair item. So 1 is segmented.
Indeed. We'll see if this staircase leads to anything useful, or if this is just one of those dead-end staircases that level 1 tends to have when it's segmented. Nope, not a complete dead-end. Oh, an NSU room with the map. That's useful. So contestants, once again, name that ink blot.
It looks like someone's trying to top-load one of those old Nerf disc shooters. Know what I'm talking about?
Yes, exactly. One of those Nerf guns that have the arrows. Yeah, absolutely. I like that answer, TG.
Yeah, so Cantaloupe going to go ahead and pick up his Triforce here. Probably going to come back in and check out the last couple of rooms to get the item here. Yeah, there he goes.
Yep, and it is potential that the other item in level 1 is ladder blocked.
Yeah, but let's see what we're going to get here with our information. Cantaloupe remembers the places he has taken a look at here, so he didn't spend the key yet here on this one. You're not going to be able to bomb up there. Yeah, remembering that was the bomb upgrade. You're not going to be able to bomb up in that room.
And we have the raft as the item here in level 3. Wait a second. The raft is the item in level 3. Gee, that looks familiar, don't it?
A little bit. Although, speaking of blocks in level 1, the item could potentially be Goma blocked here, as we do see Goma hanging out in the desert.
Yeah, and remember, Raikou did purchase the arrows for his bow, so he could be set if that second item in level 1 is bow blocked, and it's something important.
Looks like we're not going to have to worry about the Chevy room block here. because we do have other ways around it.
Not the most pleasant way to get around the block, but at least oh boy, an orange beam to the face, losing 4 hearts. Cantaloupe's got to be careful the rest of the way, and those bubbles aren't going to help. Hopefully, he's blocked the room, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. Hopefully, it's easier enemies. Well, he gets an orange Wizrobe.
Yeah, unfortunately, going to take a death there, but locking that room is good for a couple of reasons, because one, if he does die, which he did, he can go back in, and he's only going to have those 2 enemies left to fight. So he knows he's guaranteed orange Wizrobe, blue Wizrobe. So if he kills the orange one, backs out again, he has the chance of getting an orange Wizrobe again, or unfortunately the blue Wizrobe. Blue Wizrobe, though, 1 blue Wizrobe a lot easier to kill than like 5.
Oh, absolutely. So we'll see what the dominant enemy is in that room if he does end up killing that orange Wizrobe. And we've got the compass, and RaikouRider is right next door to Triforce number 3. And it's right for the taking, so that's number 3 for Raikou.
Hey, intended order. You gotta love intended order.
Yep. So far, so good. So we'll see if he finds level 4 next.
No, I don't believe you got a hint. So interesting thing here with this is, there we go. Cantaloupe going to go ahead and take this room out. Very good fight there. Very, very good fight indeed.
Yeah, Cantaloupe Me's combat is really, really good, so I expected nothing less than that. So yeah, very well done right there. But now he's down to half a heart. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, but this room is at least easy maneuver with half a heart. Vires and orange Wizrobes. It's going to be a pretty easy to maneuver room. It's not like there's blues or anything he has to worry about.
He does get some bombs for his troubles. He's got a big 10 bombs to his disposal, and he's cleared that room. Still no item.
Yeah, so from the looks of it here, we are going to have ourselves either a ladder block in that Chevy room or a bow block in that Goma room.
Very, very interesting indeed. So that's going to be all for level 1 for Cantaloupe for the time being. Raikou now going to burn this bush, and he's going to find some extra money to the tune of 7 rupees. He's got 67 rupees. 14 secrets in the land of Hyrule. We've got 7 medium, 4 large, or 4 small rather, and 3 large. Unfortunately, both of these players are going to have to pay up. They both found one of the 9 door repair penalties, so they're going to both lose 22 rupees.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the fun part becomes finding the levels. I mean, we found quite a few. We found 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 8. 4, 6, and 9 are still at large, with 6 being the largest one of those, simply because Cantaloupe has got the hint telling us that Goma creeps with the ladder. So 6 is going to become a huge dungeon, literally in the fact that it's usually the biggest of the first 6, but it's also a huge dungeon in the sense of it's got the ladder, which we already know is going to be a thing because we've seen some ladder blocks here.
Cantaloupe finds one. He's able to pick it up with his 5 hearts. And Boletta, to answer your question, we do not know what the ladder item on the coast is yet. Neither player has checked the coast yet.
Yeah, we do know that 9 is in the desert. We did get that hint. We have confirmed, thanks to Raikou, that it is not Power Bracelet block because he just checked that cave over there. So that's good for our runners, even though they had it already.
Now Raikou is about to discover all the hints that Cantaloupe Me discovered earlier. He now knows that one of the items in level 8 is Lord Banana. He now knows that level 6 has the ladder. Now he knows step over the water to reach the magic key. What he doesn't know is, where is the magic key? Maybe it's the ladder item on the coast. We don't know. No one's checked it yet.
And to answer the question about what desert refers to in chat, desert is going to refer to the following squares. All right, so take a look at level 3. We're going to start from where level 3 is on the marked map, and we're going to go from there. So if you go right 1 and up 2 from level 3, you're going to see that first square that's got that sort of light yellow hue to it. That's considered a desert. So if you go all the 5 squares from that,
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
And there's level 6. That's fine.
Yes, we've got level 6, and Raikou knows that the ladder's here. Could the ladder be this easy to access, considering how big level 6 is? Well, we're about to find out. Is the ladder here? It is! Wow! Unbelievable. So a quick ladder for RaikouRider, so now he doesn't have to worry about being ladder blocked. So the only question is, where's the Triforce? If this Triforce is early on, then TG, you've disappointed everybody. No shot for you. Level 6 is supposed to be really big.
We still have the silvers lurking somewhere.
Well, that is true, and they're probably in level 9, considering what we know so far. But again, it's still too early to tell.
Yeah, anyway, back to the whole desert thing. But you see all of those that are coded in yellow, the 5 on that top row there, the 2 below it, and the 3 below that, right below the desert fairy fountain. Those are the ones that are considered desert. And oh my gosh, it's an octopus coming out of the ground. It's an antlion. It's something.
It's a Nacho from Final Fantasy. The Dongo dwells with the heart container, so there are 2 heart containers in level 2.
And that was a very disappointing level 6.
And it wasn't very big either. Yeah, it was kind of linear. It was, what, 29 rooms? But yeah, that was a quick level 6 for RaikouRider. He's got the lead right now, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Having the ladder, it's a huge, huge advantage for Raikou here.
This could be one of those seeds where the first sword that RaikouRider picks up is the magical sword. He's up to 7 hearts, and he's done the swordless so far. That's difficult to do.
It's swordless in a sense. There's nothing on his A button. The wand is a perfectly passable substitute.
Oh, and no question about
it.
With
a beautiful, beautiful bomb count there. Getting to 10, getting the bomb off that Zol. Beautiful.
Now Raikou has found where level 9 is. It's behind that burn bush just south of the desert.
Yep, so that means as far as I know for Raikou, he simply has to find level 4, and he's good.
Yeah, you're right about that. And Raikou's going to lose some money here, and he's now going to head for the coast. So now we're going to know exactly what the ladder item on the coast is going to be in a few short moments, provided he doesn't take a death. And there's the cheap meat of 65 rupees, which is actually a little bit above the vanilla price. Not going to purchase it.
Yeah, and Cantaloupe here, he already got one of the heart containers here out of level 2. He's going to come across the ladder block here, but thankfully the Triforce is in the next room.
Yep, that's correct, and I would imagine he will have to come back to level 2 later if need be. If he gets that same hint that Raikou has, he knows he won't have to come back.
Correct, and he will eventually come across that because it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to get to there in level 6. Now, I see chat talking about wand and sword. Raikou is going to need to find a sword eventually because the wand cannot kill Ganon. As we mentioned earlier, the wand cannot kill Wizzrobes, but he's definitely going to have to get a sword of some sort.
Ladder item of the coast is indeed the magic key, so RaikouRider's key problems are now over with.
That's always a huge thing to find. You gotta love finding the magic key, because you can just go, hey, there's a key door, boom, hey, there's a key door, boom, hey, there's a key door, boom, and not have to worry about it. Lack of keys does influence routing decisions, and there are some times, though, when having the magic key is actually a bad thing, because you're willing to go through key doors, and excellent damage boost to get the letter by Cant there.
Cantaloupe sees that letter and, as advertised, not going to pick it up. And not a good shot right there from that blue cannon. He'll have to go back and make another attempt.
You know how many times I've failed to burn this specific bush?
Probably more than I cared to count. And RaikouRider, with all the money that he had, goes ahead and purchases the blue ring, a smart decision that doubles his defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You have the money, no reason to not pick it up.
Yep, plus you already purchased the wood arrows, and Cantaloupe has also discovered level 3 where he will find the raft.
Yep. Now, the one thing that Cantaloupe could potentially do here in 3 is he could go ahead and search through for the old man room in here, because there's a decent chance that it ends up being a hint for level 4's location.
And that would be correct. And Raikou finding another secret for 91 rupees. I believe that is the third and final large secret for him.
Always nice to get a nice influx of rupees once you've gone ahead and then Raikou going back for the bait. I like this call because that's one of the few things that could block him right now, bait and Dig Dogger. So getting the bait now guarantees the only thing that he can be blocked right now by is a Dig Dogger.
Absolutely, I agree with this purchase because you just never know if a seed is going to be bait blocked. We've seen it already happen in this tournament where silver arrows were guarded by the bait. So, yep, solid purchase by Raikou, as you said.
And there's level 7. So Rai gonna go ahead and definitely go ahead and take this down for a bit. He's got 8 hearts or 7 hearts wand. He's good to go through here. He's definitely gonna go through and do his best to take this level 7 out as fast as he can.
keep in mind, we never checked the raft spot, so there's still that chance that level 4 could potentially be raft block. We will find out in due time, of course.
But level 4 raft block, that's so vanilla.
Not if it's on the eastern side of Hyrule.
It's still level 4 in a raft spot, it's still vanilla.
And look at this, a quick Triforce pickup by Raikou here at level 7. We'll see if he goes back or if he decides to delve level 7 further.
If I'm Raikou, I absolutely 100% do exactly what he's doing right now, and that's get the heck on up out of Dodge.
Now, level 7 is a fairly big level compared to levels 1 through 5. And it's going to be generally smaller than levels 6 and 8. But yeah, I don't disagree with Raikou's play of not going back to level 7. What he'd like to find, I think, is the other hint shop.
Yeah, problem is he's probably not going to be able to afford them.
Yeah, with 33 rupees in hand, yeah, there's a good chance that they're going to be out of his price range. But hey, you never know. He might find a couple of medium secrets in succession.
All right, so we got a question in chat. Shinsero, how to figure out how many items are in a dungeon? Items in dungeons are fixed. It goes by what's in the vanilla game. Since we're using First Quest settings, it's going by the settings in First Quest, which are level 1 has 2 items, 1 on the floor, 1 in the basement. Level 2 has 1 item on the floor. Level 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all have 1 item in a basement. Level 8 has 2 items both in a basement, and level 9 has 2 items both in a basement.
Level 9, of course, having 14 staircases, 6 sets of transport staircases, and 2 staircases that are going to have the 2 items. And we have a potion shop, and Raikou does have the letter, but because he's not ready to purchase potions yet, not going to show it just right now.
Yeah, but what he is going to find coming up here to this corner is he is going to get his wood sword. Only a half hour in, no big deal.
And that's going to help him take care of the Wizrobe problems, because again, one's not going to solve it, only bombs and swords. The bad news is when he gets to the northeastern section of Hyrule, he's going to lose 22 of those 40 rupees.
The fact that you have all of the lose your money rooms marked doesn't surprise me at all.
Well,
it's of all the things that you could have marked, the fact that you know where all the door repair charges are is not one of them.
You'd be surprised when I remember. Well, it's a pretty obvious spot. It's one of the classic spots, northeastern Hyrule, the very tip. So yeah, of course I'm going to remember that. Cantaloupe does get a medium secret for 39 rupees. There's normally a medium secret in the vanilla quest, so hey, not a bad find by Cantaloupe. He's going to check vanilla level 1 now.
Yeah, vanilla level 1's an interesting spot because this vanilla level 1 is probably one of the trolliest spots that the sword could be. And I say that because a lot of people's routing doesn't take them up by here when they're looking for the sword. So that spot having the sword is more, in my opinion, more trolly than like the far bottom right left corner or Death Mountain or the far bottom right corner having the sword. I've seen more people lose races to not having a sword for 40 minutes because it's in vanilla level 1 than anything else.
I agree with you 100%, and here's the reason why. Most of the time, that screen before level 1 is usually heavily guarded, usually by something really nasty like, say, Lionel's.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cantaloupe here, he is now going to go, he's going to find level 9 right here, but more importantly on this swing, he's going to find level 6 as he goes down to the forest, and that's going to be huge.
And Raikou is going to check the eastern Hyrule raft spot to see if he can find a level or something useful, and it's a money-making game. I love seeing casinos in the raft locations, but Raikou is not going to gamble.
Hey, casinos on raft locations, for those who absolutely positively need to gamble now. Or,
absolutely.
Or, those with a very, very strong addiction. And it's been banned on the mainland.
Right you are. Cantaloupeme, nothing doing with that potion shop. He's about to discover that ladder item on the coast too, but yes, more importantly, level 6.
Interesting is he going to go... No, he's going to miss level 6's location right now doing this loop.
Ouch. So that could cost Cantaloupeme several minutes. Meanwhile, Raikou has found level 5, and we got a double river room here and an NSU room that connects, so we'll see what happens here. He's got a lot of items. Well, the only item he really needs right now for Triforce and Go, potentially, is the silver arrows. Again, we don't know if Recorder is needed. We'll find out sometime.
We will find out at some point, well, today.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it's today.
If it's not today, something seriously wrong has happened, and I'm going to love every minute of it.
I know you will.
What are you implying, good sir?
I'm implying nothing. RaikouRider has found a staircase. Level 5 is the first level that has at least one transfer series, but he has found them, and hey, it's the recorder. That's a huge find.
Wait, Raft in 3, Recorder in 5. Are we sure we're playing Randomizer?
Well, I don't know. We know the ladder's not in level 4 because that was in level 6, so... And Lord Banana's in level 8 when it's supposed to be level 1. Well, I guess so. There's the other bomb upgrade. Here it is in level 5. But not enough money for Raikou to purchase it.
Alright, asking a question what the recorder does. The recorder does a couple of things. First thing the recorder does is there is one specific screen here. If you take a look at your map, it is to the southwest of where level 1 is marked. If you blow the recorder on that screen, it will drain the lake and give you access to something underneath the lake. Number 2 is if you're in a room fighting a Dig Dogger, which is the giant orange floating eyeball thing, it will split it down into smaller versions of Dig Dogger, which will allow you to defeat it. Third, and finally, if you have gotten a Triforce from a dungeon, using the recorder on the overworld will allow you to whistle back to dungeons you have previously defeated. It will do so in an order. If you're facing up and right, it will increment you up 1, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. And if you're facing left or down, it will down increment you 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, then reversing you back to 8, 7, etc., etc.
Yep, absolutely. Recorder, very useful item to have. Raikou has found the transport staircase. While you were talking about that, Cantaloupe Me went ahead and purchased some wood arrows, so both of these now have the bow and arrow.
Ooh, getting the damage boost through the push block. That was interesting.
And the gorillas don't want him anywhere near that staircase. Because, of course, it's a bonus cave. They'll pick up that heart container, go to 9 hearts, so Cantaloupe is 1 heart away from a potential chance at the magical sword, which, by the way, we have not discovered yet, only its location.
I'm getting requests in chat to explain Second Quest recorder sequence. If you want me to, I can. Second Quest adds in a bunch of other locations that can potentially be recorder blocked. There are 3 desert screens that can potentially be recorder blocked. The one directly north of the fairy fountain, the one directly east of the fairy fountain, and the one that is 2 screens up of where level 9 is marked on this map. There is also the far southwest corner in the Dead Woods that has a location that can be recorder blocked. Basically, it's the third, if you look in the bottom row, third from the right. There is a couple of forested screens, the one directly to the east of Vanilla level 8, the one to the southeast of where level 3 is located right now. There's a bunch of different recorder spots in Second Quest. There's one up in the grave, but we don't need to get into specifics aside from that.
Well, there is no level that is raft required, but the raft is required if you want a chance at the magical sword, because behind Vanilla level 4 was the magical sword. Cantaloupe Me is going to check where Vanilla level 9. He's going to check where the potion shop is, and that's a bait shop. Not going to purchase the meat with this 80 rupees. Now he's going to bomb Spectacle Rock here and see if he can find anything here. He finds nothing. The old man has a wand in Deadwoods. Old news.
Gotta feed the Octoroks.
Yep, he had already purchased the bait, so why not? Oh, this is the worst place for a door repair penalty, TG. Did you see that? I hate it when the door repair penalty is behind Recorder Lake. I mean, explain it to me.
What I'm going to explain is Cantaloupe finding level 4, which is the one level Raikou has not found yet. And to answer your question, do you know how expensive it is to fill a pool?
Well, $4,000? Or wait, how many rupees is that? That's 200,000 rupees?
No. We're not doing rupees to America. We're doing rupees to Canadian, so it's about 6.
Okay, close enough. So Cantaloupe's here in level 4. That was the only level that hadn't been discovered yet. And let's see if this is where the item is, or if this is a segmented level 4. This is the item, Silver Arrows!
That's absolutely gigantic there. That means we know we're not digging for silvers in 9. That means that the gamble Cantaloupe did in 8 is going to pay off. The gamble that Raikou did in 7 is going to pay off. Everything is coming up roses right now.
Yep, that means, except for the ladder, Cantaloupe Me is in Triforce and Go mode.
And he knows where the ladder is. He knows it's in 6. He just doesn't know where 6 is.
That's a big problem for him right now. Raikou right now is closing in a little bit on where level 4 is. I mean, he's right that it's in the Death Mountain vicinity, but he's in the wrong part of Death Mountain.
Can we just talk for a second about that room Caleb just had to go through? Ew!
Yeah, that room was disgusting. I totally agree 100%. We've got a triple Dodongo threat here in this double block room, and Cantaloupe wants no part of it. Yes, he does want a part of it.
I think he's trying to get himself a better positioning on the Dodongos.
And he missed with that shot. And he misses with that shot as well.
Oh, the Dodongo ate the bomb!
Well, but he's still got his full capacity of bombs anyway, so no harm, no foul, and not a push block.
Ooh, man getting trolled. The bomb's disappearing just pixels before he could get there.
Tough break right there.
Alrighty. So we have a question about what the randomizer changes here. So to answer the question as concisely as possible, everything. No, seriously, you can pretty much randomize everything. The settings we have here are randomizing the start location, where the caves are, not necessarily the cave locations, but where the caves are, what items in the dungeons. This is randomly generating shapes for the dungeons, so the dungeons are going to be different shape every time you play it. Where the warp locations go, there are settings where you can change the HP of enemies. You can change what drops what. There are all kinds of things. Exclamation point Z1R will get all the information. Speaking of all the information, there's a Triforce for Cantaloupe.
Yep, they won out of level 4. That is his 5th Triforce piece. RaikouRider went ahead. He found another bonus cave. He picked the potion, and I agree with this move. And the reason why I agree with this move is, look how much money he's got. 1 rupee. That's not enough to buy even a drop of Pepsi or Coke. Furthermore, he's still 2 heart containers away from a chance at the magical sword, so I like the play. Well, Raikou now has a decision to make. He's got the Triforce out of level 4. Does he delve back?
This is a huge decision for him to make here, because we know the correct decision to go back in. Unfortunately,
oh, no!
And here's the reason, and here's the rationale behind this. He has the recorder. He can go back here at a moment's notice. It's the wrong decision. We know it's the wrong decision because we have the info. But based on what he has, in his mind, it's the right decision. I understand the decision. 4 is a small dungeon. I would have gone back into 4 because it was a small dungeon. He has Blue Ring. He has Potion. There's nothing that's gonna, nothing that's gonna be a huge thing. That to me is, is a gamble I don't take. If that's level 7 or level 8, I absolutely take that gamble. I don't like that gamble on level 4.
Yeah, I don't like that gamble either for all the reasons that you just mentioned. So we will see if this gives Cantaloupe the opening to give him a chance to catch up. Here's the other hint shop. He's got enough to purchase 2 of the hints. Dig Dogger gazes with the recorder, so he now knows that level 5 has the recorder.
Right, so that's some big information there for Cantaloupe. That tells him that level 5, if he was still looking for it, is not going to be recorder blocked.
And he also knows that the power bracelet is not required to beat the seed.
And of course, because it's the first easy item they find.
Go figure. Well, Raikou now is here in level 8, and he knows that Lord Banana is one of the items, and he also knows that he's still looking for the silver arrows. Cantaloupe Me now has a 20% chance at the magical sword as he found a Take Any cave, picking up that heart container to go to 10. Cantaloupe Me is about to discover the magical sword here in vanilla level 4. Is 10 hearts enough to pick it up?
It just might be. Who knows? If this is a 10-heart sword, that gives Cantaloupe a huge advantage. His combat is already super precise, but getting a magical sword there opts to not even try. Interesting.
Wow! I am shocked that Cantaloupe didn't even bother to check to see if his 10 hearts was enough. I wonder if he knows what the range was, because he could have checked. I'm a little... Both of these runners making suspect moves in this late stage of the game.
See, this is one of those situations where I think I know exactly what these moves are for. Cantaloupe's moves, with the sword, that could just be his lack of knowledge of the randomizer itself. Raikou's decision on level 4 is simple. He is probably convinced himself that if the silvers are in a place that's not level 9, then he's at a disadvantage and he's gambling on, he's psyching himself out for who he's playing against. Now keep in mind here, we've already discussed Cantaloupe's knowledge of the randomizer isn't as strong as his knowledge of vanilla. If this is a vanilla thing, then yeah, Cantaloupe would absolutely have the advantage here. But Rai is psyching himself out so much because of the name Cantaloupeme and just playing his game. He's getting inside his own head.
That's right. But here's Cantaloupeme's problem. He has an equally difficult problem. He still does not know where level 6 is, and he has skirted around it.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's gonna, and that's the one thing I have noticed with a lot of Cant's things is he, you know, sometimes you will mismark your map on things or you can just, I was gonna say time for an endless bunny raft ride here, but bunnies just say nope, just die.
What a time for that. Raikou finds the Triforce here in level 8. That is now all 8 Triforce pieces. So now RaikouRider, a decision to make. Gamble back in level 8, go to level 9, or go to a previous dungeon. Let's see what his play is going to be.
He's probably whistling to 6 as Cantaloupe finds it right now, and he's going to go to 9. Rai is gambling on 9 right now. I guarantee it.
That is an interesting gamble indeed, and yes, you are indeed absolutely correct. He has made his way to level 6, where he goes to level 9, and Cantaloupeme is going to find his ladder right here in 6.
Yeah, the best thing for Rai to do right now is he needs to find the silver to kill the beast hint as fast as possible. That's going to be the big thing that's going to save him right now, because otherwise, this decision, he's going to be kicking himself if he comes back to bite him.
Absolutely. So now here is the decision. May we see a hint here? The beast awaits in southwest of Skull. So now he knows where Ganon is. There are 3 old men with 4 potential hints. That was one of them.
Yeah,
the other
there's
3
the
hints.
compass for Cantaloupe. That's huge.
Wow. This is going to be a very quick level 6 for Cantaloupe. He is done. The dongle dwells with the heart container. Now he knows he doesn't need to go back into level 2. So back to what I was saying. The other hints was where Zelda is, where the silver arrows are, which is the hint Raikou's hoping he has, and what's guarding the compass. Now, you know what we haven't seen yet, TGE?
The book and the inferior model?
No, I was talking about something else. You know what we haven't seen yet, TGE? We've seen no leave your life or money, keys, bomb situations. There's that chance that one of those 3 old men are out of play because they're one of those leave situations.
What we have found is Zelda, though. So Raikou has 2 of the 3 pieces of the puzzle.
Unbelievable, yep. And that was the other thing I didn't even get a chance to mention because Raikou's done it for me. He just full cleared that room. That shutter door did not open. That is Zelda's room. So Raikou now knows where Zelda is, knows the general direction of where Ganon is, just does not know where the silver arrows are.
Cantaloupe does know where level 7 is, so he's going to make his way back over there. That's very, very nice. He's first, though, because he's got the ladder, going to go get the coast item, which we know is the any key. That's always nice.
Raikou's going to go ahead and drink his first potion. He's got 1 potion left. Now, the other thing we haven't seen is the bait block. That's also something that could appear in level 9. If that's another hint that's out of place. So this could be a dicey situation for Raikou if he does not find the hints.
Also, here's Cantaloupe's vanilla skill coming. The ladder wrap back around to save a couple of screens. That was beautiful.
That was phenomenal. And he'll get back to level 7 in short order.
Yeah, unfortunately for Raikou, because he is in Find the Silvers mode, he just burnt out every single one of his bombs fighting that blue Wizrobe room, hoping it was going to be a staircase. Turns out there was nothing there for him. It was just the giant troll.
Now, he has found the map. If he can grab this map before he takes a death, he's down to 3 hearts. Can he get to this? Gets it. And here we go. Name that ink blot.
It looks like the Millennium Falcon.
It does look like the Millennium Falcon. I agree with you. The size looks right. The shape looks right. You're right. It's the Millennium Falcon.
Can somebody mark this down? I have audio proof of somebody saying I'm right.
Yes. Mark it down, clip it, do what you need to do. What Cantaloupe has just done, he has found the Triforce in level 7. That is number 7 for him. Now, here's the situation. Even though Cantaloupe is getting very close to going to level 9 himself, he's going to have no tunic and wood sword. And we know this is a combat-heavy level 9. And there's the hit RaikouRider needed!
So he's probably kicking himself, but that's good. Now, if I'm Raikou, he is going to go right back to level 1 first, because there's that second item and 1 he has to get. So he's definitely probably going to go to 1 first and then 4.
Yep, you'd be right about that. We do not know what the second item is in level 1. Looks like we're going to be finding that out, and he knows he doesn't need to go back into level 2, so his only other options are 4, 7, and 8. He doesn't want any part of 7 and 8.
No, you're gonna go in by dungeon order. 1 first, then 4, then 7 and 8's a gamble, because you know one of the items in 8 is in fact, you know, Lord Banana. So in that situation, if you were having a gamble on 7 and 8, you would gamble on 8 first if you didn't know one of the items. But because you do, you know, it's a hit or miss. But definitely going to do 1, then 4. Or going to go 4 first. Interesting.
He's going to go 4 first, and it's going to prove to be the right decision.
This is the absolute right call here. But this is an interesting call here because, you know, we know it's the right one. But logic would state that you would go to level 1 to figure out what is that item. So we know it's the right call. I just find this very intriguing.
Cantaloupe gets a heart container drop, and he's able to do the ladder clip to pick it up. He's now got a 40% chance of the magical sword, which he knows where it is. And I say 40% chance because, remember, he never tried it at 10.
Yeah, but he's not going back.
Yeah, you're right. He's not going to go back, and he's going to be in for quite the level 9 when he sees that reverse sea room with all the blue Wizrobes.
Yeah, but Cantaloupe's combat is so good that, you know, that reverse sea room, the thing with that is, he's going to have enough information. He's not going to be looking to kill staircase rooms unless he has to. He's going to blitz on right by them.
That's correct. He's going to find Zelda very, very fast.
And Raikou's going to find the silvers and be super happy right now.
Well, you better believe it. And here it is. Silver arrows. Raikou can now go back into level 9. He keeps his lead.
Yeah, he is going to be breathing the biggest sigh of relief right now that he made the correct call.
Absolutely. So Raikou will now head back into level 9. He only has 21 rupees, so that's not enough money to buy a potion. I don't think he sipped both times. I think he still has the blue potion left.
I believe you are correct. And Cantaloupe going to get the compass there in 5, so he's going to know where he has to go. Raikou does have the information advantage coming into level 9, but this at this point is coming down to this could be anybody's race.
Yeah, absolutely, because again, I think combat is going to come into play knowing what we are seeing in level 9's dungeons for the enemy set. We know blue Wizrobes are there, so could get interesting. Cantaloupe's not out of this yet, not by a long shot.
No, absolutely not. Raikou does make a quick stop at the fairy fountain there before 9. I like that call to go ahead and guarantee, you know, you are taken care of, you're at full health before you go into 9. I like that call.
Now, Raikou's advantage over Cantaloupe is, again, the defense. He's got the blue ring, whereas Cantaloupe does not have any ring at all. Red ring potentially very well could be in level 9.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know. There are a lot of things that we don't know here.
In fact, go ahead.
What we do know is that Cantaloupe's on his way to level 9.
Absolutely right. Here are the items we've discovered, by the way, so far. Level 1 has the power bracelet. We do not know the second item. Level 2 has the heart container. Level 3, the raft. Level 4, the silver arrows. Level 5, the recorder. Level 6, the ladder. We don't know what's in level 7. We only know one of the items in level 8. It's Lord Banana, and we have no idea what's in level 9. Our most statue item is the bow. Ladder item on the coast. Any key. White sword item is the wand. So we still have the inferior model left. We still have the book left. We still have the red candle left. And 11 hearts is enough to pick up the magical sword. Cantaloupe me. The tables have just turned.
I didn't think he was going to go back and pick that up, but I forgot he was right there next to level 5. Right there with level 5. So yeah, I like this call.
Wow. But before he could get off the raft, that red Octorok decides, hey, I'm going to have a little fun with you before you go back into level 9, Cantaloupe.
But hey, no, that's a great call. If, you know, this makes Cantaloupe's 9 combat so much nicer than Rai's. Rai has the defensive advantage. Cantaloupe has the offensive advantage. That's huge.
It is anybody's game. And the other items that I was about to say, we had the red candle, red ring, and the white sword. Those are all still in play, as well as the items I had just mentioned. So that's what we have got left at large.
Yeah, here comes the fun part now. Both of our runners in level 9. Which one of our runners is going to take the advantage? Is it Raikou's knowledge, or is it Cantaloupe's offense? Which one is it going to be?
It should be interesting indeed. And Raikou had almost an 8-minute lead going into level 9 than Cantaloupe. So this would be quite the comeback if Cantaloupe is able to solve this puzzle first.
Right. Well, the big thing is that lead evaporated a lot when Rai had to go back into 4. He found the hint fairly quickly, and there's that same hit that he found last time. He's like, wait a second, I know this already. Oh, this room is nasty.
Oh, Chevy room with Wizrobes, yikes. 4 hearts you lose with the orange Wizrobes, 2 with the blue. Look out. Oh, he gets a fairy, nice.
Yeah. The thing with blue Wizrobes is you understand how they move, they're fine. They move like a knight in chess. They move across then down.
Big hint for Cantaloupe. Landmolas guard the compass, but if he has discovered Zelda's room, it's not really going to matter too much, but hey, they'll take it.
Yeah, but Landmolas guard the compass is huge because he knows, what's gonna guard that compass for him, so he knows the exact area he can have to be in. Although he's gonna find out Zelda's, pretty close to where he is anyway.
Yeah, you are right.
Assuming he takes the staircase that Raikou did.
Raikou knows where Zelda is. I'm not quite as sure if Cantaloupe took that same path.
He did not, because he ended up going through the doors and stuff, because Raikou had to take the staircases because he was looking for silvers. Cantaloupe's looking for Ganon and Zelda. He doesn't have to take the staircases. And I like the call here. I'm the same way. If I'm not looking for Zelda, I don't take staircases until I have to. Like at this point, he's made his way to the end of a loop. Taking the staircase opens up some space. I like this. This is how I would do it. Not that I'm saying I'm good at this, but that's how I would do it.
Look at this. Cantaloupe is now in the southwestern section of the map. That is where Ganon is. But can he access it from where he is right now? He does have 12 bombs.
Right, but I like this call again. You're going to sit there and you're going to try and listen for Ganon, as you talked about, and you're going to take the path of least resistance. What I mean by that is the path that you don't have to waste your resources for, because you don't know where you're going to have to bomb. Cantaloupe doesn't have the map we do, so we know that basically the southwest part of the skull is basically chock full of rooms. There's 16 rooms Ganon could be in there. It's quite possible that Ganon, he can bomb anywhere and he has a chance to get things in. Cantaloupe doesn't know that, so he's going to take the path of least resistance again, and that's the big thing. At this point, he's at the end of a rope. There you go. Now let's find a place to continue. Oh, crap.
We find Zelda's room, and it's completely empty, so nothing doing for Cantaloupe. RaikouRider is trying to find a way to get to that southwestern section of level 9. He knows that's the vicinity of where Ganon is.
Yep, and the interesting thing for Cantaloupe there is I am pretty sure we heard the roar of Ganon in Zelda's room. So Cant knows where Ganon is. He just has to get there.
Yeah, getting there is half the fun, TGE.
I never liked playing hide-and-seek as a child.
Now I know. And for once, Zelda is the loser of hide-and-seek tonight. It's Ganon that's the winner.
Chat can tell me it was a Patra. So see, this is why you don't listen to chat. People, they lie to you.
Yep. Lie detector test determined. That was a lie. It was a Patra that we heard. Good old Patra Wayne.
Did you just go Maury Povich on me?
Yes, I just did. Not only that, I went tic-tac-toe on you as well.
I'm okay with the game shows, but you really went Maury Povich on me?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
But it's all in good fun, TG. Now RaikouRider has found that same southwestern section. He's found another way. He just needs to find the room where he can get to Ganon. If he does, he'll have a chance of pulling out this victory. Finds the staircase, and he's going to go ahead and take it.
Yeah, Cantaloupe's exploration in this level 9 has been on point right now.
Yeah, that magical sword doing wonders for him. And Raikou, he may have found a potential way to get there.
It all depends on how the path's going to let him go.
Can he bomb to the south? That's the big question. Doesn't look like it.
No, but we can go down.
Oh, look at this! The red ring in level 9, huge for Cantaloupe. Now he's got
yeah, but what's worse for Cantaloupe is Raikou just found Ganon and he knows where Zelda's at.
So this is going to be interesting. RaikouRider needs 15 hits with the wood sword. I believe he still has 1 potion. So this is very interesting. Stun lock at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What a fight by RaikouRider. The perfect stun lock. Gonna pick up the Triforce of Power, and RaikouRider is gonna pull off this victory here.
That's beautiful. And Cantaloupe's right there next to Ganon, too. Oh my gosh!
And one more
Cantaloupe's
time.
fighting Ganon, but Rai knows where Zelda is. This is insane.
Unbelievable. This could be a difference of less than a minute. Unbelievable. Cantaloupe just needs 4 hits on Ganon to complete this fight. There's 2, 3, 4. Down goes Ganon. He'll pick up the Triforce of Power. Faking all the way. Cantaloupe, if he can find Zelda quick, he could pull this off too, but Riker knows exactly where Zelda is. And
Right
there she is! Yep, the shutter door opens, and RaikouRider pulls off the victory in just over 1 hour. Get your GGs out for Raikou. He's moving on to 2-2. What a race.
Yeah, that's crazy. That level 9 right there was awesome. Raikou having all the lead, Cantaloupe with getting the magic sword, the routing, everything there, just, you know, it was a beautiful level 9. Everything sort of coming up, you know, aces there at that level 9. Absolutely beautiful. I've heard the little ba-ding. I'm assuming that means you got a RaikouRider in chat. How you doing, my friend?
RaikouRider, you did it. You are the winner. Congratulations. You moved to 2-2 in the tournament. Tell us, how relieved were you to find the silver arrows on the first try back in level 4?
We'll be with you momentarily because Discord gonna Discord, Twitch gonna Twitch, and technical difficulties gonna technical difficulties.
Yeah, this is where I would have my test pattern here if I was doing the restream here because, yeah, we're having a little bit of issues, but we will have the interview with Raikou momentarily. Unfortunately, Cantaloupe never did discover Zelda's room before the Ganon fight, so he's going to have to look for that shutter door that automatically opens or find the compass.
Right, but the thing here is he's going to pretty much, you know, have a good... You want me to fake Raikou's voice? Yeah, no, thank you. I can fake... I can do Elmo, I can do things like that, but I don't fake other people's voices.
Absolutely. Now, Cantaloupe is going to be heading in the right direction.
Yep, if I recall correctly, this is the staircase he has to take.
But he's not taking it.
No,
now
he is going to take it. Yep. That's okay, Rai. Let me ask the question, the big question. Going into level 9, taking the huge gamble, finding the hint that said silvers are elsewhere, how much did your heart sink to your toes when you saw that?
I was actually a little relieved to find the hint early, because I had already found the hint for Ganon, I already knew where Zelda was, so the way I like to play level 9 is when you know where Ganon is approximately, and you know where Zelda is, I would have actually left 9 as well. Like I was very relieved to find that early because I was still looking for Ganon. I am a firm believer that if you find Zelda and Ganon both in level 9 within your first 15 to 20 rooms, and there's at least 2 items left in play, you should leave. Especially with that level 9. Honestly, I was more scared when I saw Wizrobes in level 9, because I was playing out of my mind for the first 45 minutes, and then I'm like, and especially when I saw the Chevy room with the 5 blue Wizrobes and the triple shutter, I'm like, I bombed all around that room, so I was like, great, I'm gonna lose all the time in the world here because this room is gonna be required.
Well, if you wanted to know something, Cantaloupe just finished 2 minutes behind you. You had about an 8-minute lead in level 9 going in, and Cantaloupe took a gamble with the white sword at 11 hearts, and that was enough. The magical sword, rather. So he had magical sword, plus he found the red ring, and he found Ganon not long after you disposed of him.
Wow. I never expected this race to be this close. I think it was a combination of, like, the routing, because I'm guessing just my routing put me way ahead early.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that. But there was one thing that you had on him that Cantaloupe didn't have, and is you knew where Zelda was going into the Ganon fight. He did not.
That would do it, but, like, I was getting really, really nervous when I saw that Wizrobes were in 9, because I felt I had a big lead going into 9, and when I saw the Wizrobe rooms, like, Like, if you actually were able to see my webcam, you might have seen my reaction to the 6th Blue Wizrobe Reverse C right near Zelda that I thought was going to be, like, silver arrows, and it turned out to be nothing.
Yeah, we were thinking that this could potentially be a combat-heavy level 9, and it was with all those Wizrobes.
I was just very fortunate to be able to find a way around all of them. But I feel that... I don't even know how to really put this into words about the seed, because when I found the wand really early, and I found that, like, blue candle in the seed was not easy to get a hold of, I thought that made a big difference early on. Like, you may have seen how excited I was to find the wand as the white sword item, and that you could pick it up with 4 hearts.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting for you indeed. So, yeah, congratulations. A 2-minute victory against Cantaloupe, so you moved to 2-2 in the tournament. And I do believe we have Cantaloupe me in the commentator's booth as well. Cantaloupe, you played a really good race. This is the best time you put. In fact, this is the best time both of you have put up in the tournament so far, but I think Raikou just barely nicked you on the routing. So, Cantaloupe, go over the sea with us.
He'll be back in a second. Discord's discording again, so we're going to be right back with that.
No problem. So, yeah, congratulations again, Raikou. You go to 2-2. That means at the very least you will be in the play-in race, and if you can win in week 5, you will be guaranteed a spot in the bracket round. So, how do you feel about that?
That depends. How I feel about this entirely depends on when the play-in race is. I can make any day that they've proposed except the 16th because I work.
Well, hopefully it's not on the 16th then.
Because if the play-in race is announced to be on the 17th, then I can actually kind of relax for my fifth week, because it's 2 do-or-die races in a row is just, it's hard on you.
Yeah, very much indeed. So, yeah. And now the big question I want to ask you, Raikou, your decision of going into level 4 before going into level 1. You knew level 2 had the heart container, so you knew that was out of play. But what influenced your decision to go for level 4 as opposed to level 1 first?
The enemy set. One of the big reasons why I decided to go into level 4 was because of the enemy set. I don't think... Were both of them Wizrobe? I can't remember what the enemy set was in 4, but I remember the enemy set in 1 was Wizrobe, and it was garbage, and I had already found the seller item, so I didn't want to go to level 1 and clear out Wizrobes for the item in there. I'm guessing that's like where the red ring was.
The red ring was in 9.
Oh, red ring was in 9? Yeah.
Believe it or not, we actually don't know the second item in level 1. Neither one of you were able to delve it because we believe it was blocked. We think it was either ladder blocked or bow blocked.
Yeah, I found both the ladder and the bow pretty early. It's just, the whole reason why I went to 4 before 1 was the enemy set. Because, and also I was looking, I think it was just the enemy set, because I remember the enemies in level 4 being easier than the enemies in level 1. Somebody can correct me, but I don't think they were both Wizrobe sets.
I think you're right. I'm relatively sure you're right. The level 4 wasn't Wizrobe, and I remember that level 1 was, because we were talking about how you had the wand going into level 1 and say, well, this is a good item to have, but they're not going to do any good against Wizrobes.
Yeah, I was really, really worried when, like, you might have noticed if you were actually watching my feed, is my heart kind of sank when I saw that there were no Wizrobes and no blue Dark Nuts anywhere to be found in the overworld.
Yeah, I can imagine, because you knew you were going to have to deal with heavy combat. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we saw any Lionels in the overworld either.
Yeah, like, I don't mind Lionels, honestly. I know how to fight Lionels. It's just the blue Dark Nuts and the blue Wizrobes just drive me crazy. Especially against the second best Zelda 1 vanilla player in the world. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, both of you played a really, really good race. I just think your routing was slightly better, because both of your combats were on point. I'm looking at the totals. 3 deaths for Cantaloupe, 2 deaths for you. So your combat was on point, both of you. And the routing, both of you did pretty good in routing. I think here's the thing. I think the one thing that probably cost Cantaloupe his race was how long it took for him to find level 6.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could see that because all of the candle shops and all of the bonus caves were really in either out of the way places or places you needed a candle to get. Because I didn't see a candle shop until I went up to when I went up to the waterfall super early. The reason why I went up there is because when you find an any road that takes you up to a big concentration of open caves, I think it's a very good idea to look for to look around those caves before taking the any roads, and that's what I ended up doing. And I ended up being able to get an early blue candle, which led me into an early wand.
Yeah, that wand did pay dividends for you. You got through the first half of the dungeons with just the wand before you found that wood sword. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, like, I just flew through this seed because this was not an easy seed.
Yeah. Hello?
Hey, Cantaloupe.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, Cantaloupe.
Yeah, finally got it working.
Hey, Cantaloupe. That was, that apparently it was like a really, really intense race. Can't wait to watch it back. And I actually can't wait to like do races with you and some of the other people in the Zelda crew up at AGDQ because I'm going.
So Cantaloupe, you played very, very well. Both of you played very, very well. I do have to ask you one question though. When you found the magical sword the first time, why didn't you try to pick it up at 10 hearts?
I wasn't paying attention to my heart count. Was it 10? And also, it was only a 20% chance. I usually fail coin flips.
Ah, gotcha. So, but 11 was good enough, and I can hear myself in the background, by the way.
Sorry about that.
It's my setup. Discord's being dumb.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So in any event, it looks like you played pretty well. I think the one thing that might have hurt you, though, Cantaloupe, level 6.
Yep. I didn't even think to look there, and I went right by it.
And level 6, the big thing about level 6 is it had the ladder. I got the hints in... I think I bought the hints right after I was done with either the graveyard area or the forest area. I think it was when I was done with the forest area, I went back and got the hints because I was just looking for money at that point. And when I found that level 6 had the ladder, and then I went over to burn the rest of the bushes around the East Fairy Fountain and where 9 wound up being, and the very first thing I found was 6, and boom, instant ladder.
To be fair, both of you did know that the ladder was in level 6, but yep, you found level 6 much faster than Cantaloupe did. And yeah, that was the one decision that determined the race right there, because you got into level 9 about 8 minutes ahead of Cantaloupe without the silver arrows, but when you found the hint, you made the correct decision going into level 4. I mean, decision making's everything. I mean, you both played extremely well. Your combat was on point. Routing was generally pretty good. It was just the one decision both of you decided to make, and that ended up being the difference, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like I stole that win, honestly, with like going into level 4 and finding the silver arrows right away.
When I went into 4, I found them pretty quick. But yeah, level 6 was the only thing. I knew the ladder was in there. I bought the hints. I just couldn't bloody find it. And once I realized the screen, I forgot. And, you know, I told you in the message, you're better at routing than I am, you know, and that would be the difference. And that's exactly what it came down to.
The thing about level 4 is I found the Triforce immediately and I just left. That was a lot of dungeons. There were a lot of like really quick Triforces in this dungeon, and I knew against. I mean, you and Lack are the only people that have 28s in vanilla. I know I have to be absolutely on top of my game in order to win this, and I'm not out of the woods yet because I have to win round 5 too. And 2 and 2 is going to be a minefield.
Absolutely, because remember, we've got the 2 and 1 group of death, and many of those losers are going to be in the 2 and 2 bracket with you, so there's always that chance.
Not only that, but they're gonna be 2 super upset 1 and 3s in week 5, because one of those people in 1 and 3 is going to get You Can't, and one of those people in 1 and 3 is going to get Zarnax. I am absolutely just bewildered at how Zarnax is 1 and 3.
Rando is a whole different beast. You know, anybody can win at any given time. It don't matter how good your combat is. You can be best in the world. You can be second best in the world with combat, but it does come down to routing. It really does, and a good element of luck. But there was no luck here. This is just all routing. But, you know, there's just so much variation, and it's so different coming over from that, from regular to this. And, you know, I definitely respect it. But, yeah, Rando's a whole different beast.
Yeah, I can definitely tell because I know you've been putting a lot of hours into practicing for the 100% race, which I will if it's not at 2. I have to look at the schedule again, but if I don't have anything going on that day and it's not too terrible of a time slot, I'll definitely come in and watch it.
I'm not in the 100% race.
Oh, you're not in the 100% race?
No, I'm not.
Sorry. Are you even going to the event? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm just not running.
All right, so I have to punch in here, and I have to ask you a question, Kant, because I know you well enough to know that if you had come across Lord Banana in level 8, did you have something planned?
It should be on stream right now.
I did too. I did too. I'll show you mine.
I love you guys.
Dang it! That's why I should never close my streams, you know, before the race is over with. I miss all this stuff. Now I'm gonna have to look it up again. Hang
on. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep. Because I only did that because I knew you were casting.
Yep, same here. I made those earlier this afternoon, and I was like, yeah, this will work, and watch me not find either one of them. And of course, I didn't.
Neither did I.
Now I see both of them. That's nice. Good stuff, both of you guys.
I had no clue. I had no clue where, because I knew Lord Banana was in level 8, but I never found the scrap metal.
And we'll never know where it was either, because neither one of you found it. It was either in level 1, level 8, level 7, or level 9. I'm still going to call it right now. Double boomerangs in 8, because we've seen them all lot so far in this tournament.
Better than having. That's another thing that I was really terrified of is like silver arrows in 8 when the other item is known, especially if the other item is trash. Like, when you have a known item that's trash in 8, like, that's the last place you look, just because, like, 8's huge, and I don't think the Triforce was too deep in.
It wasn't.
No, the thing that worried me, I thought level 2 would have something important because the item was ladder blocked, and, you know, that, and level 1 was either ladder or Goma or arrow blocked, and I was thinking one of those two had it, but when I saw silvers in 4, I was like, oh, okay. But I knew as easy as I was finding stuff, I knew you would find it much quicker, Raikou. I just knew that because, like I said, you're better with routing, and that's what this is going to come down to. And I'm glad you get to move. You know, at least you're in the play-in. Hopefully, you get that last one, man, to help your stuff out of it.
I need it because if this play-in is on the 16th, I can't make it. Like I could. It would just involve making up some kind of excuse to not go to work, but I would really rather not do that.
And tell him you got herpetosyphilitis. He'll be all right.
Tell you what, you two, great race between the two of you. You definitely didn't disappoint. A 2-minute difference. Raikou, again, congratulations, going to 2-2. So best of luck to you in the week 5 race at Cantaloupe. It's definitely not over for you yet. You will have some work to do, but you're definitely capable, and we will see what happens in week 5 for you. What are you going to do to prepare for yourself?
Probably play a bunch of Tiny Toon Adventures. I think that would be the best scenario here.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Well, anyways, best of luck to both of you. TG, do you have any other questions for either of these two runners?
Nope, just good luck to both of you guys next week. And Raikou, I really don't want to face you next week because that means one of us has to be in the play-in guaranteed, and I really don't want to do that.
I don't want to play against you either because, like, you're a really strong player. I mean, I'm sure you feel the same way about me, but...
Of course.
But, I'd really like to be able to relax, but like they said, 2-2 is going to be a minefield. We could get anybody. We could get like anybody.
Yeah, but in that case, thank you guys very much for the phenomenal race. And I do want to let everybody else know we do have much more Zelda 1 randomizer action coming for you today. We have got 4, that is right, 4, the big number 4 races coming at you after this at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which is about 40 minutes from now. Over on Randomizer Mania 3, we have got Zyre versus Catastrophe 573. Then at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is about an hour, an hour from now, we've got Magius versus NY Rambler on Randomizer Mania 4. Then we have a double header coming for you at 10 p.m. Over on Randomizer Mania 2, we've got JLo 7 versus the Alan Heffley. And then also on Randomizer Mania 1, we've got Seawolf 1 versus Adirondack Rick. So that is going to be our matches we have on tap for you today. So please, everybody, make sure you have given both of our owners a follow. That is cantaloupeme and RaikouRider. Also, massive love, of course, to Feasel and all the staff behind the scenes here at the Speed Gaming family of networks. They do a whole lot of work behind the scenes, and great work. And we have to give some love to our amazing tracker here tonight, Isolated 999. Make sure you give him some love as well. So with that, everybody, Laz, I believe you're going to take us out of here.
Yes, indeed, TG. So once again, on behalf of our 2 racers, cantaloupeme and RaikouRider, on behalf of our restreamer, Feasel and Speed Gaming, on behalf of our tracker, Isolated 999, and on behalf of my commentator partner, TGE, this is LZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. And to remind everybody that no matter what it is that you're doing right now, it is always correct to blame TGE. We'll see you next time.
And keep hailing.